It looks like this fucking plastic piece of frickin' garbage has Blowin head gaskets. I noticed when we came back from, well, we went and got that first Challenger in Texas. When we came back to get the other one, phone screen's flipped for some reason. We came back to get the, go after the other one in Buckeye, Arizona. And the low coolant level light came on. That's kind of how this whole thing started 3-4 weeks ago. Well, it puked out the overflow reservoir down the whole side of the truck. And then half the time it's just MIA. It's not in the crankcase, doesn't puke it down the side of the truck. It just turns up 2 gallons short in a 2-hour drive. So I went ahead and bought one of them head gasket leak testers from Harbor Freight. I did figure out an easy way to purge my system. I was watching videos on that. There's no drain plug supposedly on these frickin' turds. I just pulled this top hose, hung it down there about a foot, pointed it down, fired the truck up. It just sat there and puked it on out. And then I just slowly put a gallon, just trickled it on into the reservoir tube there. I didn't want to slam a bunch of cold water in there because the motor was hot. But left the motor warm, left the hose off, fired the truck up, left it running, and then I ran 4 gallons through the reservoir, and it pretty well purged the whole system. It was back down to clean water. And I knew this was coming, but I don't have time to shut this fucking high-dollar piece of shit down. So, and the money they want for these head gaskets is ridiculous. The local dealer wants $8 grand, and a lot of times when I'm in bind, I'll go a state away, you know, smaller town, they're not as busy, parts are usually cheaper. So I checked with a dealer up in South Dakota. He wanted $13,000 to $14,000 to do these head gaskets. Dealer here in Colorado wanted $8 grand. I farted around and called a dealer up in Minnesota. Wish the hell I lived up there. In-house machine shop, check your heads for cracks, get rid of the junk press-in studs, $4,500. That's almost worth the drive of going up there. But I farted around and found a dealer in Kansas, and it's only 5 hours away. And he's talking $6 grand. They'll go through everything, do the aftermarket studs, you know, get rid of the press-in studs and do the threaded stuff and do it upright so I don't got to mess with them again. So I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm not a real good wrench, man. I'm real good with carburetors and small block Chevys and stuff like that, but my left hand was severed when I was 3 and reattached, and it just, I'll show you. That's all the more I can shut my left hand. And anybody who does any wrenching, I mean, there's just times you get in there where your right hand won't work. I can't even hold a fucking wrench with my left hand, so I'm not even going to deal with the frustration of messing with it. But I found the dealer in Kansas, and they're talking $6 grand. They'll go through everything, magnaflux the heads and stuff, and make sure they're good and not cracked, and go that route, I guess. I'm just going to get a motel over there for the week. They said they could knock it out in a week. That's the other problem I'm having is, you know, the dealer here in Colorado, they can't even get to it for a month, you know, so I can't keep driving it like this. But I did buy the Harbor Freight testing kit. If it turns green, it's a head leak on a diesel. Definitely turned green. So pretty cool little kit. I think it was only like 23 bucks. Did its job anyhow. So I guess that's what we're looking at. Well, I tell you, if you got too much time or money, buy a fucking diesel, because that'll fix both your problems at the same goddamn time, man. Wish the hell I'd have never bought this fucking piece of shit, but it's too late now. A rolling piece of plastic on wheels, man. Fucking headlights fill up with water. $6 grand last year for injectors. Looking at $6 grand now for head gaskets. I've put probably close to an extra $20,000 into this truck in the 2.5 years that I've had it, on top of fuel and oil changes, normal shit. So yeah, like I said, if you got too much time or money, get a diesel, man. It'll fix both your problems. So just wanted to pass that on, though I couldn't find any videos on draining this. I just took this upper hose off, fired the motor up, trickled it into the reservoir, purged the whole system out. So it is what it is. Everybody be safe.